Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're checking in from and whenever you're checking in from. My name is Seth, and this is episode 2 of the CANversations. We're going to kick off today with Pohaku, and I'm speaking live from Hanapepe on the island of Kauai. Pohaku is on the other end of the island, and we're going to check in with him and see what's been going on for him over these last few weeks. Talk about things that we can be looking forward to. Talk about some real things that we've been having to work through and how we're focusing on moving forward. Pohaku, are you out there? I'm going to check and see if I can find you here. There we go. Coming in hot. Live and direct with Pohaku. There
What's
he
up,
is.
guys? I'm dying, but
That's okay. You got a plug?
yeah, I give one plug.
So what we're doing this week is we're checking in with ambassadors, people from around the world, doers, movers, and shakers. But we're not just talking about positivity. We're talking about the real life things that have been hard, but things that are going to make us stronger and better, probably, hopefully. And that's what we're going to be here talking about with Pohaku. I'm going to go ahead. You're going to keep your camera like that?
I get on hard time because my cord is in, right now.
Oh, yeah. I can move mine. No worries.
There. Is that
There
good?
you go. Hey, that's perfect.
Yes,
All right. Okay, tell us who you are and a little bit about yourself really quick, and then we'll get into talking about a few things.
all right. So, what's up, guys? My name is Pohakukauea Naruvai Kekaualua. I live in Wailua. Born and raised on the island of Kauai. Professional bodyboarder. Jack of all trades, master of one.
Well, at least you got one.
Say hi to my COVID beard. Barely ever, run this thing, but it's action.
Yeah, let it go.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys see me around, no shame, say hi.
That's the way. Kaylee said the same thing, and I think that's got to be a common thread, not only here, but we got to work on that around the globe too. So, man, what's this been like for you? I know that you definitely, of all people, have been really working hard on a few things and have had to face some difficult changes and things like that. So we can start there. What were you working so hard for going into this last 6 weeks where things really kind of changed for the world?
I was kind of doing a lot, like almost like when you go to a luau and your eyes is bigger than your stomach. It was kind of like that. I had a lot of stuff on my plate, but one most important thing that I had on my plate before this COVID action happened was training for the Mary Monarch hula competition. It was going to be the first time that my kumu, Lena Alapava, was going to put kane as well as wahine into competition. The wahine have gone for 9 years. This was going to be the first year the kane were going to go. We spent a good 5 months or so, 4.5, 5 to 5.5 months of some really good training. I loved it. It was good fun. Our kumu, she definitely loves perpetuating the culture through hula, and so it was definitely going to show if we hit that stage, our practice and how much we put into it. And it hurts me, and it hurts me to see that my hula brothers had to go through the same thing with this whole COVID. Of course they have their own life battles, but all together as hula brothers, we banded together during that time. We bonded really good, and it was just kind of hard to not be able to hit that stage. Because for me, and I think I'm pretty sure for all of my hula brothers, it was the first time to be on the Merry Monarch stage. I think a couple of my hula brothers have already graced the keiki hula stage as they were growing up. And one of my hula brothers and I had gone to Mokihana Festival here on Kauai, which is a smaller hula competition. And he became Mr. Mokihana in the Kane solo division, and we won the Kahiko division and came
Oh
second
man,
place in Awana, it was
that's big.
awesome. And we went through kind of the same training for that. Of course, not as intensive for that, but Merry Monarch training was definitely, kick ass. Excuse my
So
French, but
no,
yeah.
that's perfect. You're right. And there's a lot of people out there. There might be a couple of people listening right now that have no idea what the Merry Monarch is and how many people that involves and what it's all about. Can you give us a kind of a briefing on that one?
So Merry Monarch, along with the Kamehameha School Song Festival, is probably one of the biggest cultural things that go on in Hawaii. And, they're kind of hand in hand, so to say. So my kumu's daughter goes to Kamehameha schools, and after a performance one day at NTBG or Natural Tropical Botanical Gardens right across the street from Spouting Horn, we just finished a small performance that we do there weekly, or did there weekly. And Kumu was all bummed. She said that her daughter, said that it got canceled, and she was a little bummed. And we all kind of knew that once that was canceled, Merry Monarch was the next thing to be canceled. And yeah, bittersweet.
It was like a tidal wave in the first couple of weeks there, where particularly out here in the islands, everywhere everybody's looking forward to festivals and times with families and stuff like that. But here, particularly with these events, things that people train and it's in their lifeblood, it's passed down through their family generations. This stuff is incredibly powerful dance through and storytelling. And yeah, it's a hard thing for you guys to have had to not be able to do this year. And what's something, I don't know, because just off the top of my head, it's unique because you were talking about the brotherhood and the relationships that you formed and all this stuff and the incredible training that you had. Are there ways that you can carry that on still even right now while you can't connect with these people?
Well, yeah, we have hula practice on Zoom every week.
Oh, yeah.
So, Kumu utilized that, and I get Maka right here, who said that we was all emotional. That's definitely how we were. He's one of my hula brothers. Hey, stop it. And yeah, it's something that was hard to come across, but it just gives us that much more time to perfect what we need to perfect. The brotherhood, we come from all walks of life. It's awesome. We have fun. We definitely click with each other, and it would have been super awesome to bless the stage with my brothers this year, but pay attention to that stage next year.
So this would have been your first year in that festival?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That would have been my first time ever going.
Wow. Okay. Even bigger. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, man, hold tight, because I think that, yeah, like you said, you see that stage next year, look out. For sure.
My little joke was they canceled it because we was going to win, not because of COVID.
Yeah. You guys weren't going in there playing around. No, if you're going to go do it right, huh?
Yeah, we have a legacy to uphold, so that's why we coming in hot.
What was the team or the group name?
Halau Kale Mokihana Olena Ala from Kalaheo, Hawaii.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, cool, man.
Kalaheo, Kauai, Hawaii.
And what part of Kauai are you on right now? Where are you talking to us from?
I am in Wailua Homesteads, right next to the most southern entry to the Sleeping Giant Trail.
Ah, yeah, cool. Oh, yeah, good spot.
Yeah, I lived here pretty much my whole life. Been in this house.
Well, so things are a little different right now on the island with a few less people around. You got any thoughts about that?
Um, One thing I gotta thank COVID for is less traffic.
No kidding.
You know, like
Yeah,
traffic, especially on the east side. Like I know everybody has to deal with traffic at some point in the day, but east side traffic is definitely the worst on the island. Um,
yeah.
and yeah, to be able to go from one end of Kapaa Town to the other end of Kapaa Town in five
Without
minutes is
stopping.
insane. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, or even
yeah,
without stopping. Yeah,
yeah.
to, but
I
yeah, life changes quite, rapid when things like this happen. Um, what I like to say is eola tahunua, eola tahunua, and that's like the earth lives. Everybody is in their house right now, not doing the stuff that we do on a regular basis, which is create a carbon footprint and kind of like if you want, I'll just say it straight. Humans are the real virus around here. You know what
totally.
I mean?
I
We've
can't
been
disagree with
we've
that.
been destroying the world since ever, and so it's kind of good for the earth to be able to kind of renew and repair itself where it needs to be. And there's some things that is happening now that haven't happened in years.
Yeah.
Like San Diego has had the bioluminescence coming in that
Oh
hasn't
man,
happened for years.
seen some crazy footage of the bodyboarders and surfers and that just like all lit up. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it's super sick. I have yet to experience something that looks like that in real life. I've seen them
Huh.
before, like walking Polihale, you might see like one or something, but
Yeah.
it's pretty sick. And so not only that, with the earth being rebuilding itself because of a lesser carbon footprint right now, us as ohana can be able to come together because hey, we stuck in one house together. You know what I mean? You not
Mm.
working, I not working. Let's go do something together in the yard, in the house.
There you go.
Even if it's like, yeah, cleaning sucks. I don't like to clean, but
Yeah.
when you do it as a family, a lot of things get done faster. And
More hands makes quick work.
yeah, and you're spending time together.
Yeah.
Even if it's cleaning, or you can, grab the hibachi from around the corner, go right over here, grab some luau leaf, make food from around the yard, make gardens. Um, me, my dad, my sister, my auntie, and my mom all did the tree. I climbed the
Nice.
tree and did the cutting, and everybody else like helped clean up all the stuff
That's a
that I cut
big
down.
job. I got a few I gotta take care of too.
So it's like whatever you can do right now, you should be hanging out with your family. You know what I mean? Like reconnecting with your ohana and um, being able to coexist in this time together instead of apart. Because we all have it. I've had it happen. I ain't gonna lie, where everybody in the house gets cabin fever and you just want to rip each other's head apart, and it's just it happens. That's human. That's humankind stuff. And it's when you get past that kind of things that make you as a ohana and as an individual stronger. Um, like aside from that, like you wanted to talk about some difficulties. Like I can't surf right now. I've been training at home. If you guys haven't seen my live videos and stuff like that, I've been boxing and stuff like that with my friend guys. They have a company called Stick and Move. boxing fitness, and I kind of just help them out. You know, I have a lot of stuff over here, you know, mats, boxing gear, heavy bag, double-ended bag. You know, I just trying to build my own home gym in this time to be able to still stay healthy and fit, and stay on top of the game that way.
That's
Um,
a really good thing, man. I can relate. I don't know what's been keeping you from being able to surf, but I personally, I've been in the same boat. I have a neck injury that's been giving me trouble, so it's been about 6 months for me. And I grew up my whole life surfing, so I've had to definitely think of other things to do, and the bags have really helped for me too. So that's, hey, good stuff. Helps when you
yeah,
got a few extra people around to kind of stick and spar with a little too.
yeah. Some of my friends that, you know, we hang out pretty much every day, and even during this whole pandemic thing, we still hang out. You know, it's
Sure.
like I look at these guys as my brothers. You know, so they come over to my house. You know, we set up the mats. We get a good workout in. My little sister will make the most bomb smoothie for us after. You know, and you know, if you guys look at Can and see my pictures and stuff in Can, my little sister's usually right next to me. Um, you know, she's somebody I try to point in the right direction, and I'm stoked that, you know, that I have somebody that can, like, you know, that I can kind of coach and kind of put what I know into perspective as a younger person. Um, but yeah, we have a lot of things that happen over here, anywhere from open sparring to lessons, you know, and I'm stoked on it. I'm stoked to be able to have this whole home gym thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was getting at though is that while I was working with one of my friends the other day, we were doing offense defense drills, and I was on offense and I threw a jab and he blocked it upwards wrong, and it kind of ruined my shoulder a little bit.
Oh shoot.
What happened um, last year about this time actually was, or April 11th, it happened last year, where I was surfing shipwrecks and I tried to do a drop knee turn, top turn, and I had a little bit too much pressure on my shoulder coming down, and it popped out of place.
Ah,
And it was the first time it's ever happened to me. And so after that happened, I went to a guy named Matt Bauer. He doesn't like when you call him Matt though, but that's his name. Um, we all call him Doc Brower, and he did a number on my shoulder for the whole month, because May 11th last year was the Garden Island bodyboarding competition.
mm.
So within that month, he got my shoulder all back to normal, and my first wave in that competition was a left, and that it's my left shoulder that, you know, popped out. And I extended kind of a good size invert. I got a good score on it and all, and landed it. And it was like, that's when I was like, oh, this thing is like 90 to 100% right now. Like, this thing is ready to go. Unfortunately, I did not win the contest, but I got pretty far, ended up losing. And then fast forward a whole year to about a week ago, I was training with my friends over here on a day there was no waves. You know, I was holding the heavy bag for one of my friends. He kind of hit it wrong, and my friend's taller, so that kind of hurt or injured my shoulder a little bit. And then I thought it
Yeah.
was minor, and then when we went offense defense, it kind of put the whole injury into perspective.
Ah.
And
Life
so
has a way of
now,
doing that at the just the right time.
yeah, and so now just nursing the shoulder, um, and taking it easy right now, and mainly doing like leg workouts and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
doing what I can do around the fitness area. But other than that, I play video games a lot.
Yeah.
And whenever I get bored of that, I kind of try and do stuff around the house, or go, you know, for a swim. Like, I either hit up Loop Road or Johnny Tex every now and again, just to go take a dip into some cold water. And
Man, we
yeah,
had a blessed trip up your way yesterday to go visit a usually very popular spot had it to ourselves, it was, man, it was a pretty emotional kind of a moment, really, to be able to sit there and appreciate that the way that, you know, you feel like it should be.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's definitely, you know, something that I really take everybody watching, I'd really take advantage of that. That this is how Kauai used to look back in, you know, the 70s. You know, it might be getting worse right now or whatever, coming back to normal because of a few things being open and no curfew and all of that. But um, this is how Kauai, um, the traffic used to be, the island used to be, you know, like this, where you can go somewhere and have the entire place to yourself. And it's not to say that if you see somebody else, you know, tell them to bail or something, but like this is it reminds me of when I was a kid, being able to go down to places like Donkey Beach
Mm.
or, you know, some secret zones where usually nobody's at, and there's nobody there all day. You can stay there all day with your friends and there's nobody there. And then after a while you'd go down to those same beaches and there's like people you've never seen before. You know, of course there's a couple guys, local uncles that go down there every morning to surf and whatnot, but you know who those guys are. You
Mm.
go down to the beach and there's just random people all over the place, and like you go back up to the top and people are double parking, and it's a long trail from the bottom to the top. So if you get caught in a double park or whatever, people get mad. And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it gets hectic. It gets hectic for sure.
what I
I
like
never
saying too is,
experienced traffic on the west side until this last year or two. Even coming from Hanapepe, just going to Kalaheo and back sometimes takes
mm-hmm,
45 minutes, you know, an hour. But
yeah,
anyway, yeah, man, it's wild, and it's something actually. I'm one of those people. I kind of lived in a lot of different places, including Australia and Southeast Asia, and I spent a lot of time different places. But all the really beautiful places have all gotten out of control, all of them, and it's really, really wonderful that they all get to take a little bit of a break right now, like you were saying, to catch up, take that breather. So what I mean, it's really important, I think, for us all to consider that, because we want to welcome people back to beautiful places, and there's got to be that some sort of a good, I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be a really unique time to navigate growing forward from here, as far as particularly welcoming back tourists to Hawaii and things like that, because obviously the economy needs it and stuff like that, and it feeds some of our family, you know, that are working in these industries and stuff like that too. But man, it's been powerful to work on the garden out back and trade fruit with my neighbors and go fishing. You know, I still haven't gotten to go hunting yet. I'm looking forward to doing some of that. I hope so. But man,
like
there's good things, I think, but we got to figure out how to go forward and keep that respect there with the love too, you know, and that's aloha, right?
yeah. I mean, so with regards to that, like I have a lot of, you know, thoughts and stuff about the tourism and the economy and how all of that's supposed to come back to play.
Yeah,
And I just hope that it comes back right and how it should be, because this is the time where you capitalize. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You capitalize on the change, and you gauge the return, you know? And I think right now is the perfect time to cap a lot of things. Um, Cap the amount of rental cars a rental car company can put out per month.
yeah.
Um,
There's all
you
sorts of things.
you come to Hawaii, you gotta have a return flight, like that kind of stuff. And it's just hard because I know there's a lot of families that rely on tourism, and of course, like I was one that relied on tourism all the time, you know. But I have a lot of families that rely on tourism that I know of, and it's just kind of junk of what they have to go through or what we have to go through with not working right now. But
Mm.
um, I think in the long run, this is a time where everybody that is in the tourism industry can kind of get a taste of how it is to you know, make your own garden and be more self-sustainable, to the point where like I think the word economy is something that they use to kind of scare you in a way to where we don't need an economy
Totally.
like that. Like how you said, we trade fruits,
Yeah.
we trade fruits and vegetables here, you know. But as much as I'd
Yeah.
like to say that the world's gonna go, how the world's gonna go,
I
you
know.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
And but you know that's I love being able to think about all kinds of stuff like that. But um, you can only do so much, and you can only control what you control. So in
There
that
you
whole
go.
sense, let's go get barreled.
See?
Let's
So
go
now we're
get
back
barreled.
to full circle right there. There's all these restrictions and things, whatever else challenges that have been put on us, but as soon as you start thinking about what you can go do, things get a little bit easier. There's a ripple effect there, right? Man,
Hmm.
if you're out there, you're listening, and you got an ocean nearby, go get in it. I don't know what you're doing if you're not getting in the ocean right now.
Exactly. Like, yeah, you can focus on all the things that you used to have when you can focus on when you should be focusing on all the things that you have. Your family, you
Yeah,
know, the beach, the rivers, your backyard. You know,
yeah,
there's a whole bunch of things that you can do with all of that right there. You can do a whole bunch of things in just your backyard. So
you nailed it. That's it.
there's no
Well,
excuses. No, no.
no, there's no excuses. It's okay to get tired and stuff like that. And I was talking with Kaylee yesterday, and we made note of how like there's a couple of naysayers out there, that are, don't understand can, and it's some people are just being trivial or whatever, but it's not about being optimistic. It's about being real, and you might be able to do something, but it doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily, or that you can say no as well. Like Kaylee said, some guy came up to me and says, well, can you go mow my lawn? And he said, yeah, can you pay me or for the right price? Like, it's a give and take world, but we've all got something that we can give. That's for sure.
Yeah. Can Yeah, the other day I was driving in Kekaualua and I seen the first Kent. CAN apostrophe T. I was losing it. I was like, whoa, this is the first one I've ever seen.
There was a
It's a,
sticker like making a mockery of can. Yeah, see, that's what I mean right there.
yeah, that's how you know we making noise.
That's right.
Because when Lost got big, what happened?
Found.
Exactly.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh man. Well, so are you got any kind of projects or anything? So I mean, going into this thing, you had Mary Monarch that you were working hard on, that you were looking forward to. You can't do that now. So what are you? I mean, other than your training and stuff that you're doing at home, working on your house, you got any kind of projects or anything, or any goals that you want to put out there that maybe anybody listening might be able to help you with?
um, just planning the next contest for Kauai Bodyboarding Association. That's one of them. Trying to get a podcast started. That's another one of them.
Nice.
And like that's pretty much my two main ones right there.
Yeah, that's good. And that's
And
stuff
trying
that
to
you can
save
do
up
right
money.
now.
Yeah, I'm trying to save up money to go to Portugal and Spain in September
Oh,
and October.
that'd be good. I hope that you're able to do that, bro.
Me too.
We had a trip planned for the end of this month that we obviously not going on. We were going to go to Palau for some diving. I was saved up and put away for that one for a long time. That was something. I'm curious though, just sidetrack really quick, because you were saying that you were hoping to help put together another contest for bodyboarding. Are you guys exploring options to be able to do that with social restrictions and stuff like that? The reason I ask is because I'm still coordinating a mural festival for the island here for October, and I have a plan B that I'm working on for an option that basically won't draw a crowd, but that we can still pull the event off and maybe do it live and stuff like that. Are you guys talking about things like that?
Well, right now with the whole restriction things, that's kind of where we're stuck. on actually having it happen anytime soon, you know. But also with this whole COVID thing, like I'm also having a hard time finding sponsorship for
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so that might take a while, and I hope that I'll be able to find some so that when everything opens up, that we can just have a contest already.
Yeah.
But if that doesn't work out to where I can't find any sponsors, I'll just throw a free contest and just do
Yeah.
it for bragging rights, you know. And just end up paying however much I have to pay for the permits whenever I can.
Nah, figure that out. That stuff is manageable. You can figure that out really
Yeah,
quick.
that's a minor pay, you know. It's not that big of a deal. It's just like just have to find a way, you know, a quick lao sale or something, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait,
but yeah,
I got.
just like that, and then trying to follow the next contest coming up with GIBBC. That's in. It was supposed to be this past weekend actually, but
Mm-hmm.
it's in August 8th and 9th, I think. I can't
Yeah.
remember exactly.
Yeah. I think you guys, it'd be worth exploring. I think that you might still be able to put on contests. You just won't be able to draw a beach crowd. You know, that's the one thing that for sure is probably going to stick around for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know where any of that's going to go anyway. You got a couple of hats. You guys want to give away some stuff? What are you?
Yeah, I
We're
got
gonna.
a t-shirt too.
You got a T-shirt? We can send one of these and a T-shirt to the next listener or the next person watching that can tell us what it was that Pohaku was training so hard for, that he had his brotherhood and a whole bunch of other people that were really working hard for this event. If you're the first person that can tell me what Pohaku was really working hard towards before this pandemic thing came through, we'll give you guys a hat. We'll send it to you no matter where you are. So if you're listening out there, tell us what his biggest thing that he had to give up basically going into this last season with the pandemic. And then going on from there, you got one? You want to give away something too? There we go. We got one.
Yes,
Dragon Meow.
Dragon was the first one.
All right. Meow, huh? Okay.
So yeah, I do have a T-shirt. It is in my room, but
We trust you. It's clean, right?
yeah.
Okay, good.
Let's see. I wanted to ask a question. I don't know how much people are from Kauai, but Kauai is my favorite island. It's the island I was born and raised on. And Kauai o Mano Kalanipo is the name in which everybody knows this island, or Kauai. I don't know if I'm gonna get a correct answer because this is very broad, but it's my favorite question to ask. Is what is Kauai's ancient name? The name before Kauai o Mano Kalanipo.
Oh, yeah.
And it might be a hard one. I don't think anybody's actually gonna get it, and I hope somebody proves me wrong here. But that's one of my favorite questions to ask, just because nobody, even people that live their whole life on this island, don't even know that.
I
But
I've the only reason I know it is because I'm obsessed with maps, and I really like all the old ones, especially when looking at the canyon and that area for hunting and hiking and stuff like that. The old maps are really cool.
yeah, so this might be hard enough to where you can find it online if you guys want to go online and look at it. But
Cheaters.
before I switch my question, I'm gonna throw in a hat too with this T-shirt to see
Woo.
if anybody can get it. And it might give us a little bit more time to talk story.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
So if
And
anybody can tell me what the ancient name of Kauai is, the first person to comment, gotta spell them correctly. Oh, it's a good one. It's my nephew's name. My
Mm.
nephew's first name.
All right. Well, oh, there was one other thing I was going to ask you about. Was there something, I can't remember, Andy had mentioned that you were involved in some other program, some other, like a leader program or something, or leader Kauai
Oh
program or
yeah,
something.
Leadership Kauai.
What's that
Definitely a
all about?
program that I would recommend to young aspiring leaders, young and old actually. I mean, I have a lot of people that are in my class that are, you know, older than me, but we all young at heart, you know what I'm saying? But these guys, this leadership Kauai class is super awesome. Andy was actually the one who referred me to this because of, you know, where he feels I sit in the community. So he pointed me to leadership Kauai, and I kind of was, Andy's gonna see this and just kind of laugh. I kind of was
Good.
completely over it. I was like, what the hell is this? I don't want to do this class. Then I found out how much it costs, and I was completely over it. I was like, "Cat, you're not getting me into this." And then he's like, "Well, no, like, you know, we can do some stuff to get you, you know, some money and, you know, get you in there and stuff like that." And I was just like, "Okay, like, you know," and it's it's Andy, you know what I mean? Like, you know, Andy, like at this point, like I kind of barely knew Andy, you know, like we touched bases first when I was in Portugal for the first time and all of that kind of stuff. And he was my sponsor for when I was in Portugal and helped me out when I was up there and gave me a bunch of gear and posted me all over the place on his Instagram. And I was stoked on that. You know, somebody that kind of gave me back as a sponsor as much as I gave back to them, but Andy kind of gave me more, you know, than what I could actually do, which is awesome. And then we became friends, but he he invited me to this wine pairing thing, which is like to me that's super high end. And like it's either a t-shirt like this or no t-shirt unless I'm dancing hula. You know, you don't get the collared shirts unless I'm dancing hula, you know. I don't even wear college t-shirts when I go out. You know, like I don't like wearing jeans, you know, like all of that kind of stuff. Anyways, so I go to this wine pairing thing, you know, it's the first time I've had to dress up in a while. And he has me talk in front of everybody. Like,
What?
oh yeah, you know, he kind of like warned me about it, but I didn't think like it was actually gonna happen, you know. And he's all, yeah, like um I have a good friend, you know, he's really into the community. And then he calls me up there to talk. And there's like the mayor's there and a bunch of, you know, company owners and stuff like that. And so I'm like, what?
Nice one,
Okay.
Andy.
So I go up there and I'm like, you know, I felt like I was stuttering and my feet were through the floor and I was going through quicksand and my heart was pumping. And then I get off of the stage and I see footage of it and it doesn't look like I had any of that going on. I was like, oh, okay, Raja, we can speak in front of people. That was a new thing. And it always kind of like makes me laugh because I'm always the kind of person who wants to put himself in uncomfortable situations just because it's the only way you can truly grow. You know what I mean? Is by being hiding from comfort and being in a situation that really tests who you are. Um, so I was stoked on that whole situation. I was like, "Okay, I'm about to go talk. Um, here we go. So let's talk about it." You know, and it was about Kauai Bodyboarding Association starting a nonprofit and making Kauai bodyboarding, you know, something that's going to become a legacy in the long run, you know. And so, you know, I'm super passionate when I talk about bodyboarding and like, you know, community and the kind of stuff that I want to do with nonprofit ideas that I have and whatnot, which is awesome. Anyways, um, it's super sick that he put me in that situation, and a lot of people that seen it gave me props for it, and it felt good. And then I have two people, I think, in my leadership Kauai class that was at that, and they seen me talk, and they're kind of like, oh, wow, like, why are you even here, you know? And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, I need to grow as a leader, you know? And they're like, you killed that speech at the wine pairing, you know? And I'm like, sick. Like, I didn't even write anything, you know? I was just super stoked on getting really good feedback on that. And I've never really talked in front of a big crowd like that. Like, I've talked in front of my college class, and like did a regular you know, I did one thing in front of my class, regular voice, and because my teacher started laughing when I made Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice, I did the whole thing again in that voice. And then,
Can you do that really quick?
no, probably cannot do that anymore. but it was funny. Like, that was like the last big time I've been in front of people, and then now I'm like, you know, mayors are over there and over there, and then there's like a bunch of people that, you know, the whole place I barely even knew. And then it's funny because people that work there are like people that I surf with and stuff like that too, so they seen the whole thing, and I'm like, oh god, that's so nuts. But
Now the pressure's on.
yeah, and so going through this class is sick because you see the different areas that you need to work on as an individual and as a leader. And you know, that's kind of become a clear thing for me to be able to see that as a community leader. But it's sick, and I'm stoked that I'm going through the whole thing. And thank you, brother Andy, for kind of pushing me in that direction and helping me become a better person day by day, you know. Stoked on
Man,
that.
growth is uncomfortable sometimes, huh?
Well, yeah, it's uncomfortable.
And then as soon as you get through it, it's like, God, what was I waiting for?
Yeah, but yeah, it's exactly. It's like, I don't know. I know there's a few people watching that surf, okay? So it's like you go out to a day where you're kind of questionable on the size. It's a little bit bigger than you think. And then you go out there and you're like, oh, bruh, like, why am I even out here? Then you catch one wave and it's not even half as bad as you thought it was. And you're like, oh, I can do this all day. You know, I see people at Hopi Falls who try to jump off of Hopi Falls on the 5-foot area, and they like psych themselves out, and you know, and I'm just like, I push them
Go.
in. I push them in, and they're like, oh, I can do that all day. And I'm like, yeah, you just gotta, you know, it's uncomfortable at first, but when you do it and you get through it, you're like, oh, this is way easier than I thought. It's because you psych yourself out and you have your unconscious brain telling you that you can't do something you've never done before.
Man, and you don't grow. You can't grow with that.
Don't listen to that, or you don't become like my beard, you know? Grow.
You get that thing a little bit longer, you can just put that over your face for a mask.
I know, that's what I was thinking. It's not there yet.
The last I saw Andy, he's getting a little rough too. That's okay. I think it's good. Save a few bucks on the shaving utensils.
Yup. That's how. But yeah,
bro,
I mean, being able to live on this island though during this whole COVID thing is definitely a blessing. I'm stoked to be on this island.
Yeah.
I'm stoked to be here talking to you, talking about a little bit of what I have to go through and what I do, and hopefully spreading some good vibes out there. You know, stoked that.
Yeah, man. I'm with you. Yesterday, it came back to us that we had made an impact on one particular person. That, by we, KLE, was talking about it doesn't matter about being important or being a big person or a big personality or anything, because we've had a hard week with some families losing losing people here this past week more than usual, and he just wanted to put that message out there that everybody's important and you are loved no matter who you are. And if you're going through something, just reach out, just talk to somebody, because there's somebody there that will talk to you no matter what. And we got a message back from somebody that dude, it put me in tears because it changed their day in a big way. So you never know who's listening right now or later on when we put this out. And what's the podcast idea you got?
You guys know, you guys can see my Instagram name, my Instagram tag.
Yeah, check them out.
DM me if you guys need anybody to talk to. You know, I'm always here to talk. I'm always here to try and make people laugh. I feel like that's why I'm here. I feel like that's why I look like this. Nah, but you know, that's just, I'm here for anybody. Even if I don't know you and you don't know me, just hit me up. You know, yep. I got 2 eyes and 2 ears to listen and see as much as, or twice as much as I speak. So
there you go. Well, man, tomorrow we're going to be talking to a girl named Shale Shore. She's kind of an ocean chick too. Are you familiar with her? Do you know Shale? Yeah,
Shale's
she's a muscle chick, dude. She's
yep.
a sailing master.
She also went through Leadership Kauai. I believe she's Andy's classmate.
Oh yeah, right on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, looking forward to that. That's going to be tomorrow afternoon. Nobody got your quiz question.
Know. Maybe one person on here right now. I'm going to ask it again.
Okay, go.
What is the ancient name of Kauai? Maybe one person on here right now can get it correctly. Maybe one person will get it here. The ancient name of Kauai. Come on.
We got a question from the crowd here, from the Peanut Gallery. They're curious what your podcast is going to be about. I was curious too, or if what your ideas are, or if you want to even talk about it. That's okay. You don't have to do that either.
But honestly, it all depends on who I have come to talk. Like, I just want to interview people around the island just to get, you know, their perspective on a lot of things. You know, life, I believe, is all about perspective. So just being able to have people come over, pick their brain a little bit, you know, like, hopefully in the long run, it kind of reminds people of like an island style Joe Rogan or something.
Yeah.
You know, where there's a lot of things that we talk about. There's no clear path on what it's about. It's just we're picking people's brain to be able to learn more. That's pretty much it, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. You want to do, well, let's talk about it. Maybe we can make something happen. I had a guy approach me looking for people that wanted to do podcasting from KCC. He's got a great setup there that he's hoping to use that's not being used. So yeah, maybe we can get you connected.
Roger, yeah, maybe we can switch this whole deal.
You see what we got on the screen?
Ooh, that was close, but not really that close. It's just just switching the T's and the K's. Good try, good try.
Oh, that's nitty gritty right there, buddy. Yeah, no, you're right.
Nah, but I mean,
that's not the word you're looking for.
No, because that's not the name. That's still Tawai o Mano Kalanipo.
Yeah.
Can anybody tell me why Mano Kalanipo was so important? Is that a good question?
Ooh.
I like history. You know, I have college education in Hawaiian history. I have Ohana education in Hawaiian history. I get Kupuna education in Hawaiian history.
And you're looking to share a little bit of that too, I hope, because that stuff is man, it's important.
Yeah,
huh?
Just with these 2 questions, I can go all day, but I'll hit it short. I'm just gonna ask one super plain question, and I hope you guys get this question.
The guy's trying to give away a T-shirt. Come on, people, just get smart out there.
What side of the Sleeping Giant Trail do I live closest to? I said it in this thing.
He did. You got a 25% chance on this one. Like it's like you got just guess a direction.
Right? What side trail of the sleeping giant do I live closest to?
Gotta be somebody. Well, hey, look, if you guys have enjoyed this, we're going to do some more of this. And maybe we even switch places and get you talking to some people from this end. Because this was just a thought that I had based on an experience I had a few weeks ago. There you go. There's another
Dragon's
one.
on a mish today, guys.
He's got himself an outfit. Oh, she. I don't know if it's a he or she. So we better keep it PC.
Got dual outfits today, guys.
That'll save us on some shipping, actually. That's good.
All right, so
I like the right side, too. That was a good answer.
The ancient name of Kauai is Kamavailualani. And then the reason why Monokalanipo was so important as a chief was he was the one to come over here and introduce the Ahupua'a system to introduce the Ahupua'a and the Moku land divisions. Also, because of that,
there's a couple of people out there that don't know what that means, and give us a quick picture of what an Ahupua'a is, because that's a good concept.
Yeah, so Ahupua'a is a land division between or from the mountain to the sea, and it's borderline by watershed. You know, it runs on a main watershed usually.
Yeah.
And so Mokupuni is the name of a full island. Then you get Moku, which is like pie pieces on an island. Oahu's the only one that has 6, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think. And then inside of those are all Ahupua'a, and Ahupua'a are the land divisions from mountain to the sea. And then there's Ili and Mo'o. There's the different land divisions, and then Kuleana, which is the ones that everybody are trying to get back here in Hawaii. Anyways, because of these land divisions and how everything worked out after that, Kauai became one of the most self-sustainable places in Hawaii. And because of that, Monokalanipo was known as a very important and very good chief. Southside was filled with the best uala ever, I heard. Groves and groves of sweet potato. That's what uala is. And yeah.
Man, unreal. This has been good. They're gonna cut us off here in it looks like 5 or so minutes. I think we only get an hour, but dude, I could sit and talk with you, and I definitely like to do some of that with you. That sounds good. I hope we can get into some of that. Pohaku, legend.
My coach is watching, is why.
Thank you for your time, bro, and your honesty. Thanks for keeping it real. Thanks for showing us how to keep growing, that it's not always about just being positive. It's about being real and figuring out what you can do to move forward. Yeah.
Raja.
Yeah.
I think I gotta go and take care of this unibrow. The thing's starting for growing, you know what I'm saying? I know you gotta make mad face in the bugger stick connecting already. I gotta go.
That's what all this fur is good for, is mad face.
Oh, yeah. Oh, when's the next comp? That's a hard one to tell, Connor. I'm sorry, man. Anyways, guys, it's nice talking to you guys. Love everybody. Hit me up if you need somebody to talk to. Have a good day. Stay blessed. Stay up. Stay healthy. Stay home, and stay productive. You guys good?
Nailed it, dude. You've been practicing that? What? Jeez, man, that was good. Hey, tomorrow we're going to talk to Shale. If anybody wants to check out some more CAN gear or see what CAN is all about, check out Science of CAN or hit up the website at spiritofcan.com.
Yes, sir.
Anything you guys do to help support that group is supporting people like Pohaku. So thank you guys for checking in. We'll see you next time.
Discount area, type in HATU 20%. Yes, sir.
There you go. Say it one more time.
HATU 20. HATU 20.
All right. Big love, brother. Good to see you.
All right. You have a good day. Love you guys.
Peace.